What do a multimillionaire entrepreneur and the author of The Gruffalo have in common? Well, they both have courses on BBC Maestro, and I took them. One completely blew me away and the other, not so much. Hey lovelies, it's Catherine from Upskill Wives. Make yourself a nice cuppa, get comfy, and join me as I delve into whether BBC Maestro is truly worth your time and money, or whether you should avoid it at all costs. Now, if you've never heard of BBC Maestro, you're not alone. It launched back in 2020 and has already built a global audience, with over 100 hours of content for some seriously big names. It's not as big as Masterclass or Coursera, but it's packed with big names from Stephen Bartlett, Margaret Atwood to David Williams and even Gary Barlow. So what exactly went wrong with one of these courses? Stick around because I reveal everything later in the video. But first, let's take a look at what BBC Maestro is all about. So what exactly is BBC Maestro? Is it just another online learning platform, or does it offer something different? Backed by the BBC, it offers pre-recorded courses taught by some of the biggest names in writing, music, filmmaking, entrepreneurship, and much more. Instead of focusing on job-ready skills or formal education like Coursera or Udemy, BBC Maestro is all about creative learning. It gives you a glimpse into how industry legends think, work, and create. BBC Maestro isn't exactly cheap, but is it actually worth it? Well, we'll dig into that later, so make sure you stick around. Now let's dive into BBC Maestro and see how the platform works. First, let's take a look at the subjects you can learn. The selection isn't huge, but it covers a good mix of topics, including writing, food and drink, wellness, film, TV and stage, business, art and design, music, home and lifestyle. You can find them all by clicking on all courses at the top right of the homepage. I always like to check out the new courses to see what's been recently added. It's a great way to spot fresh content. Now, if the interface looks familiar, that's because it has that Netflix or Apple TV vibe. Super intuitive and easy to navigate. I like the way it's really easily laid out and it makes finding what I'm looking for easy. Let's take a look at one of the categories, food and drink, and check out one of the classes by Professor Tim Spector. Right away, you can see all the key details, the course duration, number of lessons, rating, and an overview of what's included. You can even watch the trailer to give you a bit of a feel of what the course is all about. Scrolling down, you'll find the video lessons on the right and a breakdown of what you'll learn. Plus, you can read reviews from past learners. I find that's always super helpful. If this setup reminds you of Masterclass, you're not wrong, the layout is almost identical. Each class comes with a downloadable PDF booklet, which introduces you to the instructor and includes sections that go along with each lesson. With every class, you get exercises. They aren't formal assignments or tests. Think of them more like homework tasks. I really enjoyed doing them, but since no one's checking, you'll need to stay motivated to actually complete them. You can watch the lessons in any order, pause whenever you need to, and come back at any time. I really like how flexible that is. One thing to note, BBC Maestro doesn't offer certificates when you complete a course. On top of that, there isn't an online community, so you won't be able to connect with other students. Its classes are more about personal growth and gaining knowledge rather than improving your CV. Before we continue, I have a really small favour to ask. If you're enjoying this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button, it really helps. If you feel like joining BBC Maestro, you'll find a link in the description. This helps me to keep making more videos just like this one. Let's get into the pricing because BBC Maestro isn't the cheapest platform. Here's how the pricing works. If you want to buy a single course, it's £79 or $89. But if you're planning to take multiple courses, then the annual subscription is £120 or $120 for the full year. This will give you full access to the platform and all of its courses. Just a heads up, you can pay with debit or credit card. For context, Masterclass offers 200 plus courses for the same price. Skillshare has thousands of classes for a similar fee. So BBC Maestro is charging a premium price for a smaller library, but at least you can buy a single course instead of committing to a full subscription. Now let's talk refunds, because not every platform offers them. With BBC Maestro, you get 14 days to change your mind on a single course and 30 days if you've gone for the annual plan. That's actually pretty generous compared to platforms like DataCamp or Udacity, which don't offer any refunds at all. At the start of this video, I promised to give you my honest take on 2 courses I took, so here it is. I first got interested when I saw Julia Donaldson's course on writing children's picture books. As a mum of twins who love the Gruffalo, I thought, why not give it a go? The course has 27 video lessons, and what I love most is that Julia gives you practical tasks after each video lesson, from coming up with your own initial idea to developing characters. After each lesson, I genuinely felt motivated and proudly did my homework. I didn't expect to love the course as much as I did. After such a great experience, I was really excited to check out Stephen Bartlett's course on business and entrepreneurship. I'm a big fan of his podcast and just really love his work. But I have to be honest, it didn't quite live up to my expectations. The first few lessons had me feeling pretty motivated, but as the course went on, some lessons felt airy. I wasn't really getting many practical, actionable tips to apply to my entrepreneurial journey. Overall, I appreciate Stephen's insights, but I was hoping for more practical, hands-on strategies rather than just broad advice. So for me, it was a bit of a mixed bag. So is BBC Maestro actually worth it? BBC Maestro has a lot going for it. You're learning from industry legends, and the high-quality production makes it feel more like a premium documentary. I almost grabbed some popcorn. Plus, the refund policy is really generous, and if you buy a course individually, you own it for life, so you can revisit it at any time. Sounds great, right? Wow, not so fast. There's no free trial or preview, so you have to pay up front. It's also on the pricier side, with a smaller course library than other platforms, plus no certificates when you finish, so not ideal for your CV. And with no built-in community, learning can feel a little isolated. So how does BBC Maestro stack up against other big names like Masterclass, Coursera and Skillshare? When it comes to course selection, BBC Maestro is definitely on the smaller side. It has less than 50 courses, whereas Masterclass offers over 200. Coursera has a massive course library of over 7,000, and Skillshare even bigger, 25,000 courses. So if you're looking for a big variety, Skillshare and Coursera are the clear winners with dozens of categories. But if you're after celebrity-led courses, BBC Maestro and Masterclass are where you'll find those VIPs. Also, unlike Coursera and Skillshare, BBC Maestro doesn't offer free courses or certificates. But on the plus side, BBC Maestro does have refunds. I actually have a comparison tool at UpskillWise. You'll be able to compare all the platforms side by side. Just Google UpskillWise e-learning comparison. So that's my take on BBC Maestro. It's a cool platform, but not the best for CV boosting or technical skills. If you're still figuring out which platform suits you, check out my video on the best online learning platforms next. If you found this helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you've tried BBC Maestro. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Cheerio.